Welcome to Hoops High, Chicago's leader in youth-produced sports broadcasting and youth media education. Hoops High is produced by high school students learning the skills of professional broadcasting. Hoops High is the flagship program of Free Spirit Media and is made possible in partnership with After School Matters, the Chicago Public Schools, and Chicago Access Network Television. We hope you enjoy the show.
Out of bounds on St. Francis.
Good man, goes basketball.
Marshall getting ready to take the ball out. Number 31. 23. Back down low to 31. Wide open 22. That's no good. Number 23 just takes the ball away. Kicks it down number 31. She tries to pass it. Didn't really work out too much. And she hearing it from her coach. You think she should have took that shot?
Yeah, I think she had her. She's been doing a lot of passing, though. Doing a good job on the offensive boards. Getting it done. I guess she's like, I'm more of a rebounder and an assister.
Number 23 kicks number 22. It's number 14 with a runner. That's no good. Ball is tipped.
Another offensive rebound.
Number 22 with a great pull-up. St. Francis trying to break the little press here. They do. She stops. Ball to number 21. Down to 24. 24
St. Francis
looking.
really need to try to get some offense going. Here's the three, and it said, no. Guess I spoke too soon.
Number 14 with it from Marshall. She kind of loses it. Number 23 calls for it. Number 22 get it. Down to number 23. Number 23 on the drive. No look pass. And number 31, she's fouled.
Good way to go baseline.
Sub getting ready to come to the game for St. Francis.
That's number 24, Taylor O'Donnell. That's her first. Team's first. On the line for two.
For two, number 31. And that roll is in.
Number 23, Sloan Contra. Replaces Danny Emmett.
Number 31. Getting ready to shoot. And she misses that one.
Couldn't get that one to fall.
Yeah. Number 21. Crossing. They break the press to a wide open double zero. That's no good. Number 23 with the rebound.
She should have tried to take that more closer for maybe a layup or something.
Number 11 with a pull-up. No good. Number 14 gets to number 23. Number 23 is back to number 11. 4-2.
She's
foot was on the line. Yeah, when you that open, you can do that.
Not if you ain't making them.
True. But number 11 almost comes up with it still.
Good crossover.
Number 21.
Oh, she was fumbling with the ball.
I think she got away with a little shuffle, too.
Yeah.
Number 31, great pass to number 11, and she just missed
Hawks it back down.
off of St. Francis.
That's a good hustle.
Number 12, Peter Roberts. Spartan substitution. Number 12, Oliver 6.
Marshall retains the ball. Number 31
Good.
down low to 23, and that's good. Yeah, great passing.
Games are so much better when the players touch the ball. Yeah.
St. Francis stuck.
Great defense by Marshall.
Yes, indeed. St. Francis in the blue and white Marshall Commandos and the white and maroon.
Good.
And another three ball is good.
I think they're going to try to stay in it with the threes.
Yeah. Led by the three, down by the three.
3-point basket by Reagan Sprout. From zone 5.
Great backdoor pass to number 23. She's getting all her points up right out dirty walk.
Best way to get your buckets. Easy buckets.
And she comes up with a steal. Off to the races to the rim. Left hand layup, and it's good. She got like 8. Well, like 6 or 8, one of those right now. With a couple of steals, actually. Like 3 steals.
Great.
0-0 with a floater, runner.
Carolyn Pitts from Reagan Sprout.
If you're just tuned in to Hoops High, once again, my name is Michael Ingram, serving as your play-by-play.
And I'm Lamar Press serving as your color commentator.
Marshall is up right now, 11-8,
Spartans basketball.
with 3 minutes and 28 seconds remaining. That's it. We had Whitney Young for the Martin Luther King tournament.
Marshall is really playing hard
Spartans
defense.
basketball.
They're really shaking up the offense.
Great passing by St. Francis. The ball to the wide open players. Shot is up. That's no good.
I
Rebound
think
by
that
number
was blocked
23.
a little bit from behind.
Number 23 kicks it to 14 to 22.
That was a bad pass.
Yes, indeed. But number 23 is there to get another bucket. She has at least majority of her points.
She's finding a way to get on the board quick. But it's been a
She
team
comes up
effort
with
all
another
around.
steal. Number 14 gets that bucket to go.
Kenya Russell from Pierre Roberts.
Dangerous cross-court pass. Number 12 with it. Number 21 for 3. Good shot.
They're draining them from a long range.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
3-point basket. RPI clock.
Well, the timeout is taken.
Commandos. Local substitution number 11 by Mrs. Sanders. Spartan substitution. Number 44. And Marie Clark.
Been a great game so far, you know. First quarter just coming to an end. Marshall Lady Commandos leading by 4. 15-11. And once again, I'm Lamar Press serving as your color commentator.
Push up the court. St. Francis can't seem to get a hand on the ball, but they can shoot. Number 11 comes down with an aggressive rebound. Number 22 with it for number 14. 14 on a drive. Double pump, that's no good.
Good way to get there and get an offensive rebound.
That's indeed. Number 11 with it. She's letting it ride. 2 point, that's no good.
Oh, turnaround?
No good.
It's like Marshall swarms.
Bad outlet pass.
Short substitution, number 14, Reagan Kessler.
Number 11 inbound the ball is a 14. '14 gets to 22. Back to 14. 14 on the drive. Pulls out. It's number 11. Looking for a post player. Post player kicks it back out to number 11. Number 11
There
for
you
3.
go.
It's a 2.
3-point basket.
They saying that the foot is on the line.
Sanders.
Number 32 for 3. No good.
With
She
the
would've been-
hand in her face.
She would have been like 2 or 3.
Oh, too much on her layup. She should have looked for the pass. Good steal.
And a great block.
Yeah.
Great way to get her own rebound. Like get fouled. Try to finish through contact.
She's killing them on the boards.
Number 31, a Marshall, a sibling of North Lawndale's key player, star player,
Number 24,
Keith Mack.
Claire O'Donnell. That's her first. Who's first? Line for 2. Taking him up.
31.
Free
Free
throws
throws
enough.
off. Good. Making it look pretty easy from the line. Missing 1 free throw so far. She is that one. St. Francis doing a good job of breaking the press. Marshall doing a great job of keeping their hands up, not fouling. Number 32 with a mid-range, that's no good.
It looked like St. Francis gets away with a lot of travels when they catch the ball. They take an
Yeah.
extra couple steps.
Number 12 on the drive. Whoa, great contact.
Oh, almost
Great
an and
contact.
one.
Yeah. Number 12 will go to the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is up. Rolls out.
On the line for one more shot. Tiara Roberts.
Number 2 getting ready. Number 2. Wow. 12 getting ready to shoot that second free throw.
Too much whirl on the trail for the first. Second one goes right in.
Yep. Number 44 with the ball, puts it on the floor. Great outlet pass to number 31. Oh, I thought she was trying to pass. I didn't even really know.
I knew that was a
At
jumper.
the end of the first quarter,
I didn't notice the time was running down like that.
The St. Francis Spartans.
What are your thoughts on that first quarter?
It's been great so far.
The way
You've seen incredible defense, a lot of running, a lot of scoring threes. They came out the first quarter ready to get it busted.
I agree with you. St. Francis doing a great job of knocking down threes with a hand up. Hand up and knocking down wide open threes. Marshall doing a great job of just playing good defense. So far, score being 22-11 once again. This is the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second. You see right there a shot of Marshall's bench. Number 23 is their leading player right now, with about half of their points, if not a little bit more.
Alternating possession, Spartans basketball.
St. Francis with it. Number 42 with the ball.
St. Francis do a nice job of swinging the ball, trying to find those threes.
She's on the line, Kevin Mendoza basketball.
That's how they're staying in this game. You live by the three, you can die by the three. That's what I always say.
I also said that earlier, too. I'm just thinking you copying off me. I don't know. Marshall doing a great job moving the ball around, kicking it out to that wide open shooter. Number 23 misses. Great rebound by number 11. She gets that one to go up and in.
Great offensive rebound and putback.
Yes, indeed. Number 22 in transition. She stops, slows it down, kicks to 23.
Good way to slow the ball down. She noticed things could have went bad quickly. Oh, look at the drive.
Drive layup and it's good.
That was nice.
Chanel Cameron from Juliet Redmond.
Timeout taken.
Toronto substitution. Number 31, take him out. Spartan substitution.
St. Francis taking the timeout early.
Things getting out of hand starting off the second quarter.
Yes, indeed. It's starting to pull away.
It's like Marsh is starting to score a wheel.
See St. Francis coach talking to him right now. What you think he's saying?
We got to stop them from scoring, if anything.
Number 24 with it. Yo, getting ready to take it out right now. 50-21. 24, 21, 33. Can't get a hand on the ball, and it rolls right out. Oh, she saved. No, she didn't. Looked like she saved it for a second.
More great defense.
But it went out on I think Marshall touched that last goal. St. Francis gets the ball back. Number 23 with it. Great no-look pass.
Oh, took the rebound from my own teammate.
Marshall gets it right back, though. No problem. Number 31 misses, and she couldn't get the rebound right back. But it stayed Marshall's way. Marshall got to knock down these open layups like that, though. If you don't got it, you can pass it out. Number 22 to 12 to 11. Number 22 brings it back out.
Marshall do a good job of slowing the ball down.
Number 12, fade away. That's no good. Over the back foul is called.
Spartans basketball.
Number 23 to number 21. Number 21 pushing it up. Great passing by both teams being shown right now.
Good defense.
On the drive. She did a good job pulling that out because I think I would have just probably went. Number 22 seemed to have hit a mid-range shot since she first kicked it off.
Caught her reaching. She wasn't ready for the ball.
St. Francis gotta get a handed on the ball right now. They just seem to not get a handed on it.
Number 32, Reagan Sprint.
Number 22 with it. Looking for someone to pass it to. Number 11 with it. Great pass down low to number 23. Number 23, number 31 with a great tip.
Alley-oops out. Good way to be patient.
Yes, indeed. Definitely.
Kevin Mando's basketball.
Number 23, number 22. Back to 23, actually. She's the head honcho in charge right now.
Yeah.
She drives to the basket.
Pass was tipped.
That would have been a great pass. Number Number 11 with it. It's number 22. Number 12 for 3. Lefty, that's no good. Hard off the glass. Back to her. She has a wide open number 11 at the top of the key. She could have kicked that out.
She wanted to
kicked
work
it out.
herself.
She wanted to score.
From Juliet Britton.
You think she should have passed that one?
The 3 is not that much of a high percentage shot, so I think, yeah, you go and work for something more.
Number 22. Oh, she wanted to pull that one. What you think?
She wanted.
She wanted to.
Everybody contemplates that you're that wide open.
Number 12 with it. Facing number 31. She head face. Kicks down number 23.
Look at the work.
She putting
Anybody
in work.
can get that work.
She putting in work right now. She comes up with another steal. All to the races. Great
Good pass. She wasn't ready.
She gets it to go
Finished.
in. Marcia now up by 21.
This is now about to get out of hand.
Yeah, I kind of feel that. Double zero with the turnaround. That's no good.
She should have drove. There was no one in her lane.
I don't think she saw that though. She just
Turned around and pulled it.
yeah.
Stop and pop.
Pull up. Bang. She's getting
Automatic. She just went automatic.
Number 23. Making it look easy right now. The head honcho in charge right now, Marshall. Lady Commandos. You can see right there on the timeout.
Say, no, I don't need the 3. I'm going to just step in for a long 2. Capiche? What do you think they're saying to Marshall's hoodie right now?
Let's not lose this 23-point lead right now.
If they keep playing like this, the lead will do nothing but grow.
Yeah, Marshall's done a good job of limiting. Wait, is that what it is? Limiting St. Francis to 11 points so far. I actually don't think St. Francis has even scored, right? I don't know.
Second quarter.
Marshall's doing a great job. That comes up. Number 31 comes up with a block.
Hustle play.
That's indeed. Number 23 with it.
She's going on the clinic.
Up and
From Juliet Britton.
in. She's making it look easy. Number 42 with it to number 33. To number 23. Down low to 44. She was open for days.
That's
Great
what they
outlet pass. Number 31 making it look easy.
thought. Good layup.
What if she would have done?
I saw some rise.
From J.L. Kira.
Number 32 with it. Great backdoor. Great way to cut, actually. Not really a backdoor, but great way to cut. My number 33 to get open. Number 12. Oh, she almost comes up with a seal. And almost pulls her growing in the same process. That's definitely not safe.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
You know, back in my day when I was playing a little basketball, we didn't have floors like this. We had tile floors. Like every time we ran, the tiles popped up. You know, these kids today were like, you know, really, you know, fortunate to have wooden floors like this.
Yeah.
Number 23 can't seem to make either free throw. Number 23 pushing it up. Number 14 gets the easy one. I think number 23 gonna go for a double-double today.
Maybe a triple. Steals.
Yeah, and assists. So she got
Points,
like
assists.
6 assists right now. Has a little bit over 20 points. Oh, number 12 gets away with a travel.
MLK basketball.
Subs coming into the game for St. Francis.
Substitution number 21. Maya Bishop. Hunter. Rental substitution number 11. Maya Edwards.
Number 21. Great defense.
Good drive.
That's a hard foul by number 23.
It was really a block, just somebody got tangled up in the air.
You know, they're going to call that regardless.
Number 23. Chanel Kimmerer. Serve first. On the line for two. Eleanor Cecilia.
I was so caught.
Number 12 will go to the line for 2. She hit one. That's going to seem to make the other one. I'm going to start calling number 23 head honcho. They give her the ball every time they come up.
The floor general, you know, something like Chris Paul.
Commandos basketball.
A little bit like Michael Ingram, you know. Lamont Press back in our day, and then he was hooping, you know.
Rental substitution number 12. Kiara Roberts.
Number 31 to number 23 for 3. Whoa, that's a way off.
She's on the line.
Ball will go to St.
For
Francis.
basketball.
Number 21 with it, pushing it up, walking it up, calling for somebody. They get it. I think St. Francis is way too late to make that move. Like instead of putting it on the floor, they wait for someone to come all the way up. They can't seem to make a 3. They was letting them have it in the first quarter with 3s. Great
Look at
baseball
that.
pass.
She should have just took it.
Commandos basketball.
She flung that like she was Drew Brees or something. Number 12.
They putting a lot of mustard on these passes.
And
Good
number
shot.
number 11 gets the other one to go. Number 12. Oh, I think that's number 12. 21, whoever got those goals. Great basket anyway. Marshall now up by 30. Score being 42-12. Number 21 for 3. Hits the front of the rim. Number 11 puts it on the floor. Switch hands, gets it to number 23. Mack for number 31. Try to beat the buzzer and she doesn't. That'll be halftime. Lamont, what do you think this 30-point lead Marshall is taking?
It happened quick, right before our eyes, but we didn't even know it was happening. I don't think St. Francis did either.
How do you think St. Francis is going to respond coming out of halftime?
Maybe they're going to try to get some offense going.
This has been a great half by the Lady Commandos. Getting up and down the court, knocking down 3s or whatnot, and then getting steals, rebounds, offensive rebounds, and dishing the ball out. I really like their ball movement right about now. And they're doing pretty good as of right now as a team. And now I'm going to toss to my sideline reporter, Jeanette, with an interview.
Here with Coach Gators. She's here coaching the Commandos this game. So, Coach, I see you guys are up by a 30-point lead. How do you feel your girls are doing?
Well, we're putting forth a good effort, and that's all I can ask for, and the effort is showing up on the board.
So, now I realize that you're the one who organized this MLK tournament, so why did you decide to do so?
Well, I just wanted to try to make a contribution toward the efforts of Dr. King and so many other people, who fought for us to have the opportunities that we have now. And so this is what I decided that I would do. And this is our 13th year, and I enjoy it so much. We have people who are still helping us that started off with the first classic.
So now what potential do you see out of these young basketball players?
There's a world of potential. But we also want to remind these young people that the opportunities that they're going to have when they go on to college were not there prior to the civil rights movement. And so they owe a debt of gratitude to those people who fought to give them that opportunity.
Well, thank you so much, Coach, for this interview, and I wish you good luck in this game. We're going to toss it to a PSA.
I just have a few questions before we run our test for today. So number 1, are you sexually active?
Yes.
And how many partners? Mr. Collins, how many sexual partners?
Just one.
Hello?
Hey, babe.
How did everything go?
It went great.
Spread the word, not the disease.
Be monogamous.
Yo, you're rocking with Amari Stoudemire, and you're watching Hoops High. Watch it or watch nothing.
I am an artist. I am a basketball star. I am a teacher. I am a millionaire. But no matter who I am still uniquely me.
I'm Special K from 103.5 Kiss FM.
And I'm Connie, your girlfriend from 6 to 10 at 107.5 WGCI.
And you are watching Hoops High.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Moore.
And I'm Michael Ingram.
And this is your Hoops High halftime show.
Watch it or watch nothing.
And we're back with more Hoops High, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in, my name is Michael Ingram, serving as your play-by-play.
And I'm Lamar Press, serving as your color commentator.
We're here at Whitney Young, where we have the MLK tournament going down, and Marshall has taken a commanding lead of 30 to 12. I was going to say 30 to 0. 30 to 12. Number 22 misses like 3 straight shots. Fouled on one of them, which is this one. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
She's going savage now.
First foul, number 24, Claire O'Donnell, scores second, Kitty's first.
Number 22, she missed that free throw. That's like 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups and missed shot. Free throw is up. She misses that one.
Good
Number
offensive
30.
rebound.
Oh, yeah, definitely. She gets the offensive rebound now. Number 23 with it. Number 21, she should have pulled that. Great ball movement.
It was there.
Yeah, great ball movement by Marshall. Great cross-court pass, number 11 to number 23, down to number 31, number 21, I'm sorry.
They really didn't have to pull a shot. There's no shot clock.
Yeah, they could have just held the ball.
She was scared to pull it.
Number 21 for 3, no good. Number 23 with another rebound. Great spin move. Number 11 for 3. She's well behind the line this time. Number 31 almost hurt herself there.
She's moving a little too quick out there.
Yeah, almost slipped on that cord. Kind of ended her career right there. Number 21 with it. To number 24 to number 21. Number 21 goes around. Here's number 32. She's stuck, trapped. Number 23 comes up with another steal. Gets contact, can't finish. I don't know what it is. Seems like Marshall can't finish right about now. They come out second half, I'm sorry, missing a lot of layups. St. Francis with it. No number 14. Ball is tipped. Number 21 with it. Number 14 to 24. Ball is quickly stolen by Marshall. Number 23 with it. Pushing it up. Great lead pass. Number 22 gets it back 23. 23 for 3. No good. They gotta just let that ball
Yeah, it was just bouncing.
Yeah, that's definitely not good. Number 21 on the drive, finger roll, long finger roll. She misses. Outlet pass number 31. She takes one dribble and puts that one up off the glass for the first points of the half. 3 minutes into the game.
It's good control.
Yes, indeed. Dangerous cross-court pass. Number 31 comes up with a steal. Is she going to dunk it? No.
Secures the lead.
Number 21 with it. It's number 32 to number 14 to 24. Number 31 almost
grabbed that.
Yeah. Sub coming to the game.
Number 12, Tiara Roberts. Replaces Julian Redmond.
Number 32 kicks the 0-0 to number 14.
Good lay-in.
0-0. Yes, that was for their first points of the half also.
That was good ball movement to get that open layup.
Yeah, definitely. Number 23 with it. Drive. Whoa. Looking like Rose right there.
Yeah, she did a little extra.
Yeah,
maybe why she didn't hit.
I guess she was looking for contact. I don't know. I guess she thought contact was gonna come, but they didn't. They let it ride. Too much twirl on that one. 3 ball is up.
Too hard.
No good. St. Francis hasn't hit a 3 since the first quarter. Number 21 with a layup. That's no good. She misses. Number 23 with a rebound. She's pretty fast.
She's pushing it.
Pull
Stops.
up. Making that look easy.
Coast to coast.
Buckets, man. Strictly buckets. Number 21 with it. This is number 14. To number 24. Number 24 is.
Now I'm going to toss it to Jeanette for a game update.
Hi guys, Jeanette Tate here for the after the half game update. We have 48-14. The Lady Commandos are up. The game is moving pretty slow. It's getting pretty aggressive out here. But if you want to keep up with the game, you got to stay tuned for more Hoops High.
Number 12, versus Amos, and number 43, Sloan Parker.
And we're back with more Hoops High. Thanks for that great sideline update. Number 12 with it for 3. And that's good. She making it look easy right there, knocking down that wide open. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 to say her foot was on the line. Number 14 with a 3, and that's
air ball.
Bad outlet pass. St. Francis wasn't even paying attention. Number 31 to the. Whoa!
Look at that
layup. She making it look easy. Little freshman out here getting a Rose layup. That's what I would call it. Marshall talking on defense.
She goes for all steals.
Yeah. She slid. She slid from the orange line to the half-court line. How is that possible? I don't know.
That was one of those baseball slides.
One of them super slides.
She slid in a good way so she won't hurt herself. Can't do nothing but applause that.
Yes, indeed. She's only a freshman. Doing a great job. Free throw is up and off. Sub coming to the game, number 21 for number 11. Marshall only has 2 players on. They only have 7 players today, and they're doing a great job of rotating in. I like the way this coach coaches. Probably why she's the coach, you know. Number 22 picks number 14. She's open. She should have pulled, regardless if she could shoot or not. You would have shot that, Lamont?
I would have put it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have thought twice
about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought twice.
I wouldn't even thought about it. it would have just happened. Good jab step. Marshall is now just moving the ball, killing the clock. She attacks too much. Offensive
She gets her
rebound.
own offensive rebound. Gets up, puts up, no good. Number 21 with the rebound. That's no good. Marshall with another rebound. That's no good.
And
With another
one.
rebound. Pull
She
it out
brought
and
it out.
reset.
Now they're just laughing.
Pull
They
it
think
out
it's
and
funny.
Yeah.
They think this is funny.
I see some running in St. Francis next practice. What you think?
Yeah, I see a lot of everything. Dorothy Gators is not happy with what she sees. She calls a timeout.
Yes, indeed.
The 13th MLK Group Classic would like to thank our sponsors, including Desiree Jackson.
With that being said, I'm going to toss to a PSA.
Congressman Greg Davis. Always
Hey, girl. This is why I can't stand dark-skinned girls. They always have attitudes.
Man, you see that Lakers game last night?
Yeah, a couple of stuff.
I think I see my buddy Ryan over there.
Kiwante, what's up, man?
What's up, Ryan?
You see that game last night?
Yeah.
Man, those Lakers. Hey, we'll talk, all right?
Man, you cool for a white guy.
Why you just can't be a cool guy?
What up, y'all? This is Common, and you're watching Hoops High.
And we're back with more Hoops High. You just tuning in, Marshall. Carries. But majority of the game, Marshall has been leading.
Spartans basketball.
Score is 52-14 as of right now. Number 33 kicks number 12. She's got to pull. She got to pull. She can't be scared with that. Great ball swinging. Number 33 misses hard. And Marshall's in transition. This is where they're most effective at. Number 14. With a
Good layup, but she didn't
do
do the full
dust
split.
She dancing on the floor.
This is like the second person that did that. I'm starting to think the floor slippery.
Or maybe just that cord right there. May never know. And St. Francis cannot get a hand on it.
They turns the ball over.
I think at the next practice, their coach is going to throw bricks at them just to practice on their catching, practice on their catching and awareness.
No, I think the next day he'll be on the news.
On the news for what?
He's in jail.
No, but 21 for 2. That's no good. They said a foot was on the line.
Basketball. Mental substitution number 11, Aisha Sanders. Just one.
St. Francis, the ball right now. Number 33 to number 42. The ball is set off.
Basketball. Mental substitution number 11.
So comes to number 11 for number 21.
This is Akira Clark.
A corner, wide open corner shot.
Good drive. Got caught.
19 seconds remain in the third quarter, and St. Francis has been yet to get over 20 points. Marshall limited to St. Francis, only scoring 3 points this quarter. Pretty impressive. Marshall loses the ball. They get it. Number 42 falls. She tries to beat the buzzer. It didn't really work out too much. The number 23 of Marshall has been kind of the unsung maverick right now. Just doing everything she can do to get her team this 40-point lead. She's getting steals, rebounds, assists. She's definitely been getting buckets. She has about 30 right about now. 30 if not somewhere close.
I can do nothing but agree.
She's actually an assist away from having a double-double. She's been really dishing.
The tip of the blade was on the edge of my aorta, the main
She beats her at the table.
And once that's pumped, you drown in your own blood. That's the end of it. It came out in the New York Times the next morning that if I had merely sneezed, I would have died.
Yo!
Well, about 4 days later, they allowed me after the operation.
Just one time? I have to come back.
Hello, I'm Lamar Press, serving as your color commentator.
And I'm Michael Ingham, serving as your play-by-play. We are here at Whitney Young for the MLK tournament. Right now, we have St. Francis taking on the Lady Marshall Commandos. And Marshall is taking the commanding lead since the game first kicked off. The lead is now up to 40. Number 23 on the drive, and she gets that one to go up and in.
Good drive.
Number 14 kicks number 22 to number 11. It's number 14. Marshall's doing a great job of swinging the ball. Number 14 gets that block. And number 31 gets that tip in and go.
From Tequila, from Nigeria. Sparkstone, number 44, and Marie Claire, that's her second.
Number 31, first shot is up, and only shot is up, and that's no good. But number 23 gets a rebound.
Cleans it right up.
Making it look easy. Number 33 kicks number 42. She knocks that down.
Oh, they came out ready to play in the fourth quarter.
That's the first three they hit since the first quarter. Think it's too late to come back, Lamar? Oh, it's actually a 2.
It's never too late.
Yes, indeed. Number 23, 4-3. No good. Number 31 with it. That's no good. I don't even think she's mad that she's missing the 3 since her team is up by 40. Number 23 should have jacked that one. Yeah. Number 11, looking for someone to pass to. She gets away with
that was the travel.
Yeah. Number 23 with a rebound.
Her arm was grabbed.
Commandos basketball.
Whole new 5 comes out.
Oh, Jesus. This is the first I've seen. They come out ready. Because they, hey, you know, we down by 40. Let everybody get some playing time, you know. Dorothy Gators isn't letting up, though. She's still pushing. 31 with it. She misses.
She got to be just a tad bit more aggressive, and that layup is going to fall.
Number 14 from St. Francis. That's a great block.
That's great defense.
Great aim. Double zero kicks to number 14. To number 32. To number 21. Number 32 for 3. That's no good. Number 14 comes up with the rebound.
Dorothy Gator said attack. Marshall is looking to slow it down.
She isn't letting up at all. Number 21 for 3.
She's a shooter. She just got to find her stroke. And those jumpers going to get the fall.
Yes, indeed. I agree. I agree 100%. I've seen her shoot before.
Yeah.
You know, she reminded me a little bit of myself, you know, back in the day when I was, shooting the net off, literally. Number 21 with it. Number 24 to number 00. And they get that one to roll. Number 14. Number 22. Number 23. Back to 14. Great ball movement. She shoots, she misses. 22 gets the rebound, kicks back out to 14. 14 on the drive, back out to number 12, gets away with a little shuffle. I don't think number 22 was waiting for that. Was ready for that. Number 14 with it. Number 23. Number 21 on the drive. 14 kicks number 23. Yes, indeed. You think number 23 should have turned around and just went to go get that one, or nah? She just left it.
Nah.
Janelle Gilbert from Deer Roberts.
Have to trust your teammates.
Yeah, definitely. Number 22 was able to put the ball on the floor, I see. Number 23, 4-3. That's no good. Jump ball. One ref called jump ball, the other one called the travel. Which one is Lamar?
They ruled it a jump ball. Ball still goes. Marshall.
I agree 100%. Number 23 take the ball out. This is number 21. Oh. Number 21 attacking. Oh. Oh, great hustle by number 23. He's over there everywhere. Comes up with another steal and an easy bucket on the other end. 42-point lead. Great ball movement right there.
Good three.
1, 2, 3.
Number 14 with it right now. Ooh, she touched the floor like she was out of Iverson for a second. You see? Great no-look pass. Side, number 21 has to go get that one. Oh, she gets
Good
it.
hustle. Staying
Yes,
with it.
Definitely. Great way to reset by Marshall. Oh, she attacks.
Good
She
layup.
gets that one to go. Marshall only has seven players. St. Francis has like 11. Number 21 with it gets number 14. 14 to 21 has a wide open 24 on the post. She takes it and she misses.
Actually was a good shot selection. Just couldn't get it to drop.
Oh, great side pass. You can see number 14 itching to try to take that one. Number 21 gets easy bucket. That's no good. Number 23 with a rebound. She brings it back out. Great passing. She just ran into her. She ran right into her.
Commandos from 14 to Maya Russell, that's their first and serve. Commandos substitution number 11, Diana Sanders. Spartan substitution number 43, Sloan Baumgartner. Number 32, Ricky Srum.
Number 21 with it. Number 31 is everywhere.
This floor has to be slippery.
And she misses. She almost does a split again. Crazy. She's everywhere.
She has to be careful. You can pull something. Your legs steady going like that.
You know, yeah, I agree. She gonna feel it when she get home, though. Marshall holds the ball. Oh, great crossover. Number 11
Steph
pulls
into
up
the
for
three.
three. That's no good. Swings.
It's basketball.
Ball will go St. Francis. Well, I seen the tip.
She tipped it again. I didn't see Marsh touch it.
I didn't see it either.
Number 12, there's 6.
It's life.
This is the announcement.
Number 32 with it, kicks number 12 to number 23. She tries to bounce it off her opposing player. They just moved on that. Number 22 puts it on the floor. Number 22 with it. Kicks to number 11. 11 to 21. She got number 31 wide open. She could just made the basic pass.
Wasn't a good pass.
Definitely a bad pass.
Commanders basketball.
Sub coming to the game.
Commanders substitution, number 14, Jeremiah Russell.
And it seems that Marshall would take this game by a lot. And they're not letting up. Wow, you would have thought they would have let up. They didn't. Number 32 misses. Number 24 the rebound. She fouls.
Commanders foul, number 12,
Number 24 with the ball.
on the line for two.
Get ready to shoot 2 free throws. Hopefully she makes this one count. First one is up, and it's in. Number 24 getting ready to shoot a second free throw. Second one is up. And it's good. Number 14 is walking it up.
Marshall is looking to just close this out.
She's trying to have fun now.
Shouldn't have reached.
And Marshall will take this win home by 41, what it looks like. That's right, that's just about right.
Yep.
66 to 25. Marshall takes the W. Lamont, what are your thoughts on that game?
It's a good scoring game. Yo.
Now, with that being said, I'm going to toss to my sideline reporter, Janette.
Hi guys, Jeanette Tate here with Chanel. She's today's game MVP. She played with the Lady Commandos today. So, first of all, I say congratulations to you. Thank you. Now, how do you feel you did today yourself?
I did good. I just needed to communicate more and lead my team more.
So, how do you feel your team did all together to get this win?
We played excellent defense and we had effort, but we still need to box out.
So boxing out, would that be something to work on for next game?
Yes.
What about defense? How did defense do today?
Defense, I give us like a B-. We still need to work on defense. We're still reaching, but if we get our head in the game and communicate, then we'll be good at defense next game.
Well, thank you so much for this interview, and again, congratulations. You can catch Hoops High every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Channel 19, CAN TV.
You can watch Hoops High on CAN TV, Channel 19, every Saturday at 8 p.m. Please visit www.hoopshigh.org to learn more. Hoops High and Free Spirit Media would like to thank our sponsors. We are grateful for their support in making our mission of youth media education and opportunity possible.
Hoops High is family,
Communication.
Enjoy it. Hoops High is
Astounding.
Creativity.
commitment.
Hoops High is exciting. Meaningful.
Hoops High is
technology.
spirit.
A community.
Hoops High is home.
Love.
Dedication.
Inspired.
Hoops High.
If they probably never was exposed to it, they probably would have never have done it, but it's something that you see that interests people a lot.
I never worked with a camera, you know, it was my first time learning about a camera, you know, zooming in, zooming out. It was a real good experience for me, you know. I think it changed a lot in me too. It changed how I think, and it changed like something I like to do in life.
When I get older, I want to be some type of actor. So being in this classroom really helped me out, really exercise my ability to act.
We shooting it and we shoot it off like what we done been through, and like people get to see it and they watching it and they liking it.
Like young kids in the community can do stuff that's like worth some type of value.
Meet Jaden, a 16-year-old from Chicago. He likes reading, playing basketball, and daydreaming. As one of 75 million youth in America, he is the future of our country. But today, Jaden's future is uncertain. A new economy is evolving as Jaden tries to find his way in a school system where more than 42% of students drop out and even more fall behind. For Jaden and others like him, the future looks grim. But there is hope. Youth media programs connect with kids like Jaden, moving them from discouragement toward opportunity through the power of communication. Jaden learns about journalism, technology, and culture. He spends his time engaged at school, in youth centers, and at libraries. He discovers how to observe the world around him and share his own stories. He becomes one of more than 10,000 teens involved in the Chicago Youth Voices Network, a collection of innovative programs that come together with a bold vision to reach more people like Jaden, to transform education, and to shape the health of our city. Together, the network gives vision to the journalists, artists, engineers, and leaders of our future. One story, poem, film, blog post, one youth at a time.
It's fun to eat supper with your family, especially when there is good food on the table. Later on, drink lots of water. A good snack of crackers and milk at home. That's the good kind of food if you're hungry after school. And then, play. Hard play. Plenty of pep now. See what good eating habits can do for you.
Americans are not winning their battle against obesity. One study found that obesity rates for adults actually rose in 28 states this year.
According to experts, almost 2/3 of American adults are seriously overweight or obese.
That's a 150% increase in just the last 30 years. Obesity among children
rate in children and
doubled over the
teenagers
past
is
2
up
decades.
from 16 to 17.1% over the past 2 years.
Teenage health in 2 decades paints a worrying picture, with 1 in 4 youngsters overweight or obese.
Spending $150 billion a year treating obesity-related illnesses. So we know this is a problem and there's a lot at stake.
But not even her exhortations
Michelle
stand
Evans'
against
daughter got
and
one
how
of the
does this
second.
new study published today?
North Lawndale, currently home to about 36,000 residents. In the 1960s, there were not nearly as many corner stores, fast food restaurants, and vacant lots. But just like technology, things change. Riots followed the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. in 1968, which left many of the stores on Roosevelt Road destroyed, and over 75% of the businesses in the community disappeared. Today, with over 93% of the North Lawndale population African American, it faces an even bigger problem: obesity.
Obesity is a scary word, a medical term for being severely over what medical professionals feel like ideal weight is for your height, for your age, for your sex.
One misconception is that people who are obese are fat, and that's not necessarily the case. Obesity is more like the condition of being unhealthy, more so than like you just like everyone who's fat is obese.
There are many different cultural perceptions of obesity. So depending upon which community you go into, people will perceive different weights for different children.
There are certain foods that are just associated with certain ages, and Flaming Hots were not things that I ate in my community, but you can't come around here and not eat Flaming Hots, right?
Well, when you talk about not having a healthy lifestyle, you think about diseases. You think about a lot of illnesses that people are struggling with.
Obesity places people at risk for issues like
diabetes,
heart disease,
kidney disease,
high blood pressure,
and on like that.
If you were to ask me what do I think the number one issue is from a healthcare perspective in our community, my answer is obesity. It's being overweight.
Obesity happens because of lifestyle concerns and community concerns, as well as some contributions of what you inherit from your parents, of course. And it often involves a lot of behavior change, and change is hard for people.
There are factors in society that determine, not always, not for everyone, we call them risk factors in epidemiology, which means that you'll tend to be obese, say in this case, if you have certain characteristics. And those characteristics are, if you're poor, that's the most important one, and the other one that's on a par with poverty is if you're a person of color and therefore victimized by racism.
The African Americans suffer a great deal, not eating healthy, not experiencing the healthy eating such as fruits and vegetables and things like that.
In North Lawndale, it's primarily an African American community. In South Lawndale, it's primarily a Mexican American community. So these communities, when you look at them, they are areas of ethnic minorities.
Number one, I think it's expensive to eat healthy, and especially considering our economy. It's just very difficult for people, parents, to invest that kind of money in things that they don't find as important.
If you can go to, McDonald's and buy the whole menu for like $5, for a family that, doesn't have a lot of money to spend on a meal every day, they might not even look for another alternative, because it's like, I know that's cheap, I know I can go to McDonald's and get whatever for, this amount of money.
are a victim of racism and if you are poor, then you're more likely to live in communities, to live in neighborhoods, for example, where there are no supermarkets, where there are no fresh foods and so on.
Every day coming to work, I'll see, some children walking down the street and they'll have like their bag of Flaming Hots and their juice, which is just colored sugar water, for their breakfast, but they are less expensive than, going to somewhere and buying apples sometimes. They're readily available at the corner store, which is directly across the street.
Many of your African American communities suffer the most, mainly because of the fact that there's not a lot of access to healthy eating.
In North Lawndale, there is right now one supermarket, Leamington's on Roosevelt Road, and frequently there have been no supermarkets. And so if we give advice to people, we say, well, eat fresh fruits and vegetables, where are they going to get it?
I do think it's limited in the sense of like, there might be one grocery store here, but then the next place that you can get like raw foods or like, Whole Foods might be, a few miles away. And in my neighborhood, some people might be limited in that capacity to, to get transported there.
And so if you don't have access to a car very easily, if you don't have access to a place like that to go, you just stay home and you eat and you get overweight and you watch TV.
In addition to the lack of healthier foods, there are other environmental factors that contribute to a person not being healthy. One of those factors is violence.
We tend to have relatively high concentrations of poverty in one place, which translates into things like the absence of good retail food stores, or it translates into a lot more crime than anybody is comfortable with.
I'm a rich white man, but in a sense, that gives me a bit of insight because I see what goes on in rich white communities as well as in poor communities of color. And there's whole lots of stuff that society makes easy to go on in poor communities of color that in a million years would never happen in rich white communities.
Talking to a lot of parents who are in my program are concerned about safety issues. So they don't want their children out riding bikes. They don't want their children out running around just kind of being a kid.
If there are no parks, where do you exercise? But if there are parks and they in turn are dangerous and people don't want to go out into the parks, especially at night, or let their children into the parks because they're too dangerous, then that also is a structural issue that has to do with racism and poverty.
So in North Lawndale, when you look around, we don't have the things that the suburban communities have in terms of parks, in terms of safe places for people to go to be able to get exercise. We don't even have a big mall here, right? Where sometimes people who live near a mall, they'll go to the mall and not go shopping, they'll go in the mall and go for a walk, right? It's a safe place, it's a warm place.
Out there you got like healthy stores, like on the corner stores that like walking distance. Also you got like yoga bars and things like that instead of like eating like all the sugar ice cream and all the junk and stuff.
There's way more, fast food places than there might be, a farmer's market.
As in every community, there are both strengths and weaknesses. In many ways, there can't be a community more beautiful, say, than North Lawndale. And it has a glorious history. At the same time, right now, North Lawndale is a very poor community and faces a lot of limitations. We each have a personal responsibility to do better. Despite racism, despite poverty.
Making people aware that it's not a one-time thing, that it's a lifestyle change, that you do not have to go cold turkey.
At an early age, children don't go out and buy their own food and their choices of like what they eat. They eat with like what their parents give to you. So if you're a child that's at home and your parents eat nothing but like fatty foods and junk, as you get older, you're gonna eat fatty food and junk.
I would like to see more of our parents have some healthy snacks for our kids, something they can have throughout the day, instead of the Flaming Hots, the Milky Ways and the cookies.
Our mission is to say, no, if you provide a beautiful, quality facility, people will come, and they will enjoy it, and they will spend money, and it'll be successful. And so we create the opportunity for a patient to care for themselves, because we can't get on the treadmill with them. We can only provide the treadmill. We wanted to focus on food and give it kind of a green context.
If you're not in the environment that doesn't, facilitate you knowing these alternatives, then, to a certain extent, you're going to be a product of your environment.
A disturbing crime wave. Dozens of people have been shot in the last week. CBS News national correspondent Dean Reynolds reports.
Shooting violence has gotten so bad in Chicago that gunfights are breaking out now at existing crime scenes. Civilians were ducking for cover as this shootout occurred early Friday on the city's south side. It has shaken a community already shell-shocked by gang warfare. In the last week, at least 50 people were shot and 6 killed in Chicago. Dean Reynolds, CBS News, Chicago.
Definitely having guns in the community is tearing them apart.
They're designed to destroy. It's a machine that's designed to kill.
I do think it affects the community in a negative way.
The scariest thing is looking left to right and what you see. And what you see is a lot of negative images.
If we were able to confiscate unregistered firearms, sure, we would see a dramatic decrease in gun violence.
Definitely having guns in the community is tearing them apart. Because the only thing that you're going to use a gun for is to do some harm against somebody else. So I think that it is definitely tearing the community down.
I do think it affects the community in a negative way because, for one, kids today are getting involved in gang activities because of their influence around them in their community. And because of that, they get involved and the violence continues on and never leaves. And people don't want to live over there anymore, and it destroys the whole environment, and it turns the positive community it was into something negative later.
Even in defending yourself, having a gun can lead still to the wrong thing. I have a cousin that's in the Army. He was never the type of kid that got into any fights. And he was messing around with a girl who had a crazy ex-boyfriend. And in defending himself, the guy lost his life. But he was defending himself. Even though he didn't go to jail, there were no charges were pressed against him, psychologically and emotionally, it still tore him down because he had to take somebody else's life just to defend himself.
A boy named Devin, who I used to live on my block with or whatever, he got shot last Saturday in the face at a party because of gang violence. Even though it wasn't intentional, he still got shot in the face for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Regardless if he was there at the party anyway, there shouldn't have been guns, period. Because if there wasn't any guns or any type of gang activity, he would still be alive right now. He's only 18. There's no reason for him to be dead because of some accident.
One particular was a best friend of mine, grew up together. We came up with the same vision, same street mentality, and he ended up getting killed, shot in the head.
And my friend Gregory, he got killed last year in May due to gun violence. Him and his roommate got into an altercation, and his roommate shot him. And he was like one of the people who was on the right path. He was like the only one out of all his friends who actually went to college, who wanted to give back to the community, and just got put in a bad situation and was shot and killed. And he was only 20. So I do think like it's really bad, and I don't think guns should be allowed to stupid people who want to do stupid things with them.
I think that our 50 aldermen have to work in collaboration with many other elected officials, many other appointed officials, like the Chicago Police Department head, congressmen, all of those different bodies and people who we put in government have to work together to limit this illegal activity that is contributing to the alarming, it's disgusting, our rates of gun violence, death to gun violence in Chicago. I mean, we're known internationally for our death rates due to gun violence, particularly amongst young people.
It's killing our people daily, but that's one statistic that they don't promote enough as far as I'm concerned. The inability for our youth to have an alternative solution after school where they can go and take part in activities that they love to do, to keep them off the street corners and to keep them a little bit away from even being a target to be murdered on the street.
We need more of the community to stand up for their children. We as a program can't do it alone. We can only put in a small part. It takes a village to raise a child.
Lock those up who are gangbanging or who usually participate in gang activities, and use the cameras that we have on the street for a good purpose instead of using it for parking tickets or whatever. They need to use those cameras to find crimes. It's a lot of people out there who, when the top level goes to jail, the level below them happens to take their place, so they end up becoming the top level. So I think if they're going to get involved, we need to take all of them and keep them under close watch before they commit any crimes and take away whatever they have.
Our organization basically patrolled our streets. We policed our streets. We're trying to take back control of the streets. So it's been many times if we heard that there was someone out with a gun or any type of something that's harmful, we would definitely interfere.
I do believe very firmly, as a resident of a community that experiences a lot of death due to gun violence, is that we need to monitor who is purchasing guns, monitor the illegal activity around guns. When we have purchases being made by one individual, 20, 40, 60 guns, we know that there's probably some illegal activity behind that. And I think that as the city of Chicago, the mayor, council, and all other elected officials that have some type of influence about or within that sphere need to look more at how gun purchasing is being monitored.
And why do we have manufacturing facilities that's still manufacturing this very instrument that's killing people day by day? Guns were supposed to be used in wars. Now we have a war on our streets because of it. So if the government was really, really interested in stopping the violence in our community, stop the manufacturing of guns. And not only that, our government has a key influence on how those guns get navigated to our community. Just like they started it, they can stop it. So absolutely, guns is the key to why we're sitting here in the 24th Ward and having to have memorials up and down 16th Street, Pulaski, Roosevelt Road. It saddens my heart to see that there's another young black life that was just frivolously taken from a machine that needs to be stopped at the manufacturing level.
Like this.
Hey, come here. Where you was at yesterday?
He's too controlling. We not doing good right now.
What you mean controlling?
At the tiny house.
Didn't I tell you not to go over there?
We was doing some homework. Oh my God.
Why you doing too much? Alright. Hey, after school, meet me outside. We going straight to my house, and I'm not playing.
All right, let's go.
And I'm gonna call you too.
I don't think y'all should still be together. Like maybe y'all should break up.
What's up? How you been feeling? My name is Astaria Perkins.
Good morning. How are you today? My name is Nicole Howard.
What's up? How you be feeling? My name is Marisha.
It's not so correct here. How you be feeling? I don't think that's good Ebonics.
Language is about communication, and it's communicating with at least one other person or entity. So the words you choose, the words you use, the order in which you put words in, whether you have inflection, what part of the sentence you have inflection with, it tells a lot about, I think, who you are.
I grew up in an all-black hood community. All I was used to was my language. But throughout my teenage years, I am facing a lot of barriers that made me think, is the way I speak is wrong?
I think language is the foundation of society. When you think about the way we communicate, rules, procedures, whether they're spoken or unspoken, it all involves language.
How you talk, you know, it shows where you from. Like, you know, people got accents. Like Chicagoans have accents compared to somebody who live in Indiana or Ohio. Like, it's what makes us distinct from everybody else.
African American English is basically the non-standard way that African Americans speak at home or among themselves, especially the people that have not had the privilege of pursuing higher education.
My sister and I grew up in two different households. She stayed with my mom and I stayed with my dad. At my mom's house, they speak more proper. Well, I grew up at my dad's house, and we speak that black talk.
Well, basically, I grew up in the Cabrini Greens, which was a project, and it was the ghetto, so most people spoke Ebonics. I ended up coming to North London my freshman year, and I ended up moving back with my grandmother. And when I came here, I mean, it's an urban community, so I felt like, you know, I was at home.
Some cultural groups, we speak loud, and some may interpret that loudness as anger, and it's not necessarily anger. So there's a kind of a cultural disconnect there.
I think I speak more proper when I'm at home, because it's like I know nobody gonna look at me like I'm crazy or something.
Students learn what they hear the most. So whatever they hear from home, they're going to bring that with them, those understandings, to the school setting.
It can be a liability to speak African American English in some settings because you become stigmatized. Okay, but it's usually a liability to use the wrong kind of language in the wrong place.
Last year when I moved back at my mom's house, every time I speak, my sister had a problem. She always tells me that the way I talk isn't right and I shouldn't speak like that. She is a speech therapist and she thinks I won't go nowhere in life using that kind of language.
Before I came to North Lawndale, I guess I talked like an Oreo, I talked proper before I came here. An Oreo is a black who talks white. Black on the outside, white on the inside. And it just made me feel like I didn't belong, so I had to adapt to how things were at North Lawndale.
We are in a system where Ebonics, like non-standard Southern English, like Appalachian English for that matter, these varieties are not accepted in the upper socioeconomic strata of the society.
Before.
Before.
Asked.
Ask.
This.
This.
Ain't.
Isn't.
The origins of Ebonics, the simple way to answer the question is it is English of the 17th and 18th century as spoken especially in the South. And it became associated with African Americans largely thanks to Jim Crow. When African Americans in the South with the Great Migration came to the North, and Northerners were not familiar with the Southern way of speaking English, and they heard this particular dialect of English, which is basically Southern English, in the mouths of African Americans, and they characterize it as Black English. Then at some point people call it African American English, and at some point people call it Ebonics.
When I was younger, it was okay that I spoke in Ebonics. But as I get older, I realized that my language wasn't getting valued in certain settings.
Well, schools have their own culture in and of themselves. In the United States, schools, a model of schooling is really based on a white middle class orientation. And schools have a culture where we know that in schools, kids are expected to behave a certain way, speak a certain way, raise their hand. That's a culture in and of itself.
I would not condone a teacher who would demean or degrade a student because of their use of Ebonics. That teacher needs to be able to grow that student from solely using Ebonics to using standard English.
People thought that if African American English is used in the school system, it is a rejection of standard English. That's not what people meant. What people meant was if you talk to an African American kid in a dialect that he understands, because it's the same dialect that is used at home, that makes it easier for the kid to learn every subject matter in the classroom, including standard English.
I think that Ebonics is spoke more in school because it's so many, it's more kids than teachers. Like throughout the day, cause you always see a student. You may say what's up to a student in the hallway because it's what they're used to, it's their lingo. And it's like when you in a classroom, half the time, some teachers won't call on you or you don't really get that attention, so you don't really have the need to, speak proper.
If teachers can understand sort of the syntax or the rules that govern Ebonics, it'll make for an easier transition for those teachers to instruct students in standard English acquisition.
Even though my sister is a speech therapist, she didn't understand where I was coming from. I felt like every time I came around her, I didn't want to talk. I didn't feel comfortable speaking proper. It just wasn't me.
There's a way in which correction needs to happen. And I think that when children are corrected all the time and constantly told that the way they speak is wrong, a child will either shut down, develop self-doubt about themselves, and if they're in school, I think they disengage from school. I think school becomes a space that they're not interested in being in because it's a space that's telling them, you don't fit here.
I can't change how I speak for someone else is satisfactory. So when you tell me that I can't speak a certain way, you're taking a part of me.
I think it takes finding oneself in a position where one becomes uncomfortable because of the way they are being treated by others, in order to realize how harmful negative stereotypes can be.
I love speaking in Ebonics. I can't change who I am as a person for someone else's well-being. I found out it's not that I was speaking wrong. I had to tell my sister I know when and where to use my language.
We do live in a global society, so not just learning standard English, but also learning other languages that are spoken around them, having some basic understanding is in everyone's best interest.
I think we have to look at what we would call in the sciences a within group or emic approach, where we just understand a language in and of itself, for itself, not in comparison to something else.
Normal human population is diverse internally. It includes variation. And we don't always have an explanation for why we vary one from the other. And we have to respect variation.
As an African American young lady, the way I speak shows who I am and where I'm from. I'm proud of who I am and where I'm from. Going through this process, I found out I wasn't wrong. It's nothing wrong with me.
I want to be a teacher.
I want to go to the Air Force.
I want to be a doctor.
I want to be an actress when I grow up. People say I don't have enough knowledge.
But people say I'm too weak.
But people tell me I can't make it.
But people say I never make it. Teamwork make the dream work.
But I know my dreams can be reality.
Be you.
Stop being a dream killer.
Be a dream instigator.
Be a dream instigator.
Be a dream instigator.
Be a dream instigator.
You're rocking with Amari Stoudemire, and you're watching Hoops High. Watch it or watch nothing.
Behind the scenes of Hoops High, it's more than interviews and replays. The crew contributes 110% in setup and production.
While we have fun, we are also very serious about getting the job done.
We have the opportunity to work with big companies such as Nike and to meet current and future NBA stars. We are Hoops High.
Hey, why are you crying? I missed FSM. You missed FSM? No, you did. It's on right now.
Today on FSM News, we remind you how to move forward without forgetting your past.
So keep calm and stay tuned. You don't want to miss this.
Hello, and welcome to FSM News. I'm Zaria Safarov.
And I'm Hannah McEwen.
So Hannah, is there anything from your past that's made you stronger?
You mean like a Sankofa?
Yeah, which is?
Well, a Sankofa is the Asante, a drinker symbol of a bird with its head turned backwards, taking an egg off its back. This represents moving on to the future, but not forgetting where it came from or letting bad things get to you.
Exactly. This principle is so important, we decided to do an entire show on it. Our first story focuses on how Jessica Finister overcame her anger. Here's Jessica with her poetic justice.
6th grade, I had a lot of things like going on with my mom and her relationships and my own relationships. And it was like really tough for me because I was young, I guess. And like I really didn't know how to deal with a lot of that stuff. My mama, she had rough relationships with men, and like they was arguing, and I didn't really like that too much because it sounded like they was fighting, but I didn't go out there because if I would have went out there, then I would have been fighting too. So I just stood up, got real tall and big with the mom. Like, you want to? I was so serious. Like I was like, you want to touch my mama? And I pushed the wall, and it was like. Then they came in and I was like, what is that? And I'm like, oh. It didn't really get to that point very much yet. Like, it didn't start not working until like I got this assignment in my class. My teacher was Miss Davis. She gave us this assignment, and it was like basically we had to write a poem, and it had to be realistic, and then I had to write a poem about myself and about how certain things made me feel. And once I wrote that, it like lifted like a big weight up off my shoulder, and then just ever since then it felt better than punching a wall. At first I didn't really like, cause I never really like talking to people about how I feel. Like I never even like talking to my mama. I like, even my best friends, like they'll ask me what's wrong and I just keep walking, or whatever I was doing, I just ignore them. But then like, when she gave me that assignment, I started writing. If I'm mad, I won't punch a wall, or if I'm sad, I won't cry. I just sit down and start writing. And then it make me a lot more happy than I am. Like if you know me, you see me smiling all the time. You'll never catch me with attitude. My favorite poem that I wrote is called Letters to the Streets. And it's about basically gang violence and like gun violence. To whom it may concern. This world was not meant for these things, we made it. Only if someone can admit to the wrong we have done, we as in more than one. Edgar Allan Poe is one of my biggest inspirations. My favorite poem by Edgar Allan Poe was Annabelle Lee. And not only because it was about love, but it was like about how far he would go. But Annabelle Lee, she was like his wife, and she died. And she died of a disease, and she died in her sleep. And like, the poem was so deep because he went to the point where he said that he laid next to her in her grave, and he laid there every night. He went to sleep with her while she was in her grave. And like, I just feel like that's so deep. Like that's like that line right there can like do something to your spine, like send chills down your spine, like send you to a place that you never thought you would go before. Well, maybe things could change if we all come together as a team, because you know things can't change with just me. So let's make this world safe. Let's do what we have to, even if we have to have a slow pace. Either way, let's make it so we can see a better day. Then will we all be able to say, today is a much brighter day than yesterday. From that concerned girl walking these wild streets, Jessica.
That makes me want to change my way of dealing with anger.
Yeah, sometimes you need to let that anger out because you never know the effects it will cause.
True. Martez had to do with the same thing. Here's Martez Crosby's story on recovering from the unrecoverable.
It was Christmas Eve. I was with my nephew and all that. He sent out cookies for Santa Claus and all that, waiting on his gifts. I was in my bed asleep. I woke up. My mama, she told me to come upstairs behind my daddy. They told me that there was an accident. She had died. The daddy made it, but she had died. The car spent out. The car flipped over, hit the tree. Like I couldn't go to sleep. I stayed up all night basically. I didn't go to sleep till like 7 in the morning. We was really close. I used to babysit her and all that. I'd take her to her daddy because daddy, he was at my brother's house. So I'd take her to him, and on the way there, she was always singing. She asked me, do she want to hear her sing? And I said, yeah. She started singing gospel music. If I could see again, I want to hear her sing again. Her personality, like, she cared about her family and the people she was around. She was outgoing, like she was friendly to even people she didn't know. The last thing I was babysitting her again, like because her daddy was outside, my brother working on the car, and we was watching TV, like we was watching cartoons and all that, and just laughing. I felt like the world was gonna end, like I couldn't move on with my life. We didn't want to accept it. To recover from it, we go to church. Like the whole family went to church. And the pastor said, do anybody want to come up for prayer? And we all went up for prayer. And after prayer, like, everybody started shouting in the church. My point is, like if you lost somebody and you can't get over it, they're in a better place now, so don't forget them, but just keep moving forward.
Speaking of moving on from difficult tasks, here's Paris Manning with the deficiencies that made her efficient.
Duane syndrome is the abduction from the eyes. Say as in, I wasn't born with a nerve in my brain. So the way I look if I look a certain way, my eye would go up or it would go in and my eye would close and it would be just a scary sight. And so I've always been born with this tilt to my head. So if I look a certain way, my head would tilt. Every time I would look a certain way at someone or I would meet somebody for the first time, it kind of gets awkward because they will always ask, what's with your eye or something like that. And it would get very frustrating. So people see me as a freak sort of because of the way I look. And I don't get many looks from guys. So, yeah, it kind of hurts. Say if somebody was to say something to me, I would dwell on that all day long and then think about it over and over in each class I'm in, or if I'm at home when I'm just watching TV, I'd be like, why did she say that? Why did he say that? What did I do to them to make them think that? It's kind of like a contradiction. Like if a person tells me you look beautiful, that's not dependent on me telling me that's beautiful. Like say my mom say I'm beautiful, I'ma cancel that out because she's my mom. She's supposed to say that. Like it's not nothing new. But if a boy tells me I'm beautiful, that's different because it's a stranger that you don't know, you're just not knowing, and they're trying to flirt with you and get to know you, and they have interest. They're not family. All through elementary school, I was being teased about it, but when I hit 4th grade, it was like, wow, like a ton of bricks hit you. Like, it's crazy how people can change so quickly. Like, for instance, I was getting into 4th grade, and this boy named, I'm not gonna say his name, it's not necessary. He was just trying to be cool, just trying to be tight with the guys. So he made this new name for me called Sweet Eye. Cause he got the name from the Sour Patch Kids candy. You know how one eye is open and one eye is closed. So he got that from the thing, and he called me Sweet Eye. A couple years later, I embraced the name because everybody was calling me that now. So I made it sweeteye.com, I made it, embraced it, and it was nice. And everybody was like, sweeteye.com, whenever I would start dancing. The fun times, it turned it from an insult to an endearment, a term of endearment. And I loved it. It was great. So, yeah. It turned from good to bad situation. I would just say I was born this way and keep it moving.
Very inspiring.
Yes, sometimes you need to make new changes to be a better you.
That's what Richard Porter did. So here's Richard with Changing for the Better.
I was going down the wrong track with the wrong crowd and the wrong state of mind. Only thing I wanted to do was make trouble and have fun. I didn't really care about consequences, and I wasn't really conscious of what I was doing. 8th grade, oh my God. The year was freaking awesome. I did everything I wanted to do. I was bad. I didn't listen to teachers. I didn't take any warnings. But the repercussions of my actions was terrible. I went to summer school. Then the teacher was like an old mean lady because she said, I gotta waste my time here with you guys when I can be at home soaking my feet. She said it every day. I passed summer school with straight A's. And my mother and grandmother was not really particularly proud because it was you could have just did this in regular school. Why did you waste our time? And then when I graduated from summer school, they gave me a diploma with the wrong name. That summer, I actually moved because my mom felt like if I separated myself from the crowd that I was with, I would do better. And when we moved toward the east side of town on 69th Place in Stony Island, I was a lonely individual that whole summer. Because like after summer school and I graduated, I was just in the house because I didn't know anybody. And like if I go down the street, I don't know what happened because, you know, gangs and everything I saw. And I had a lot of time to reevaluate myself, and I became a whole different person. Like, I needed glasses, and I got glasses. And I actually sat in front of the class and gave the teacher my undivided attention. I sat with a different crowd, you know, different from what my friends used to be. And we actually started talking, and we have a really close-knit circle. These guys and gals actually keep me on track. Like, if I say I don't want to do this work because it's boring, they'll be like, come on, man, you got to do this. You need this grade. And since I'm a senior now, they be like, you really need this to graduate, so let's do it and get it over with. We only have so-and-so, blah, 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 months left. The major thing is I have a job. And even though it's only 2 days a week, I think about the job all the other days because I can't wait to come back. I work at Free Spirit Media at the Gary Coleman Youth Center. And it's pretty fun. It's like a good group of people. Everyone laughs and jokes. And it's just entertaining. It keeps me in a good state of mind because it's like good vibes all through the room and things. Miss Teresa, she actually emails me from time to time about new scholarships that I should be aware of. Overall, I learned to actually listen to my teachers because they do have your best interest at heart when it really comes down to what you have to do to go on to the next level. And now I'm on the path to graduating.
Being able to do better is a great character trait for everyone.
Yes, you know that, wouldn't you? Here's your story on rising above hurt.
When I was younger, and still to this very day, on my mama's side of the family, I was the youngest and I was the only girl. And then on my dad's side of the family, I was the youngest of 27 first cousins. So I came from a big family. Since I was the only girl, like I'll just play all the same games that the boys played. Like I'll play Pokemon with them. I'll go outside and play baseball, basketball, football with them. Whenever they would do like wrestling stuff, I would do the wrestling stuff with them. So I grew up playing rough. I wasn't very a gentle person or anything at all. Whenever I played with the girls at my school, they were very insensitive about it. And they would be really mean, like, oh, stop that, don't pull my hair, don't do this, don't do that. And then since I did play rough, the girls automatically assumed I was a lesbian. So they started treating me differently and singling me out and bullying me. I was put into an after-school program at Tully Park because neither my mom or my dad could pick me up after school. And there was this group of 13 and 12-year-old girls, and they were pushing me and shoving me around, and they were bullying me. And one day they just decided to shove me into a locker. That was like one of those halfway lockers. And they just shoved me in there. And I was locked in the locker for 3 hours. With me, nobody tried to stand on my side. It was a bad experience. As I got older, I started freezing people out. I just couldn't handle it. My mom was a great person to talk to about it because she understood. And my mom was that person who always had my back. I joined Girl Scouts since it wasn't good going with the girls at school, and I met my best friend Tasia there. Tasia influenced my life in a lot of ways. She taught me how to be gentler and taught me that girls actually don't like it when you like throw them and wrestle with them and stuff. She taught me like how to be girlier. She taught me just a lot of things and some life lessons at that. But yeah, I just made a full turnaround. And I'm not shy anymore. Now I just go up and talk to people, and even if it's a person I don't know, I'll ask, hey, are you okay? Because I know I would have wanted that. I know I would have wanted somebody to like ask me, am I okay when I was having my bad days? So now I'm just that type of person to do that to with everyone. And I don't try to bring negativity into a room. I try to keep it away.
Wow, there are so many things that lie unknown. It surely helps to be able to let it out.
Yeah, well, that's our show for today. Check us out next week for more FSM news.
But what if we can't wait until then?
I'm glad you asked. Viewers can also check us out on Facebook. Just search FSM News.
And don't forget, you can also find us on ABC7 Chicago's website in the community section.
You can also watch us on CAN TV channels 19 and 27 as well.
3,
2,
1.
That's a wrap.
Wow, there are so many things that lie unknown. It surely helps to be able to let it out.
Sorry.
You can even say, yeah, not.
Well, that's our show for today. Check us out next week for more FSM news.
But what if we can't wait until then?
I'm glad you asked. Viewers can also... I'm sorry.
But what if we can't wait until then?
I'm glad you asked. Viewers can also check us out on Facebook. Just search FSM News.
We need you. Is this still recording? A little bit more.
Free Spirit Media cultivates diverse youth voices to transform media and society.